Good evening, guys, and welcome to Canada. My name is Dr. Silverman. I am an MD and a very, very proud Pro 7 with LifeVantage. I see my direct enroller on the call, so incredible Marisa Harrelson. Thank you very much for introducing me to LifeVantage in 2013. So we have an incredible guest today. So let me just start with a little bit of my story. So as you know already, I am a medical doctor, double certified. My story to health and my story to LifeVantage started basically from the Soviet Union, where I was practicing pediatric surgery for a couple of years, immigrated to Canada, lost all my credentials, went back to medical school, got retrained, and I practice surgical pathology. I specialize in breast cancer. So actually today I was just completing the abstract. I'm doing the study, I've done the study. However, I'm going to present the study and then write it up and publish on mitochondria in breast cancer. And being inspired by a lot of things happening in LifeVantage. So my story to health started in 2004 when my mother was diagnosed with deadly cancer. Conventional medicine failed me. I failed my mom. Most of all, I failed myself. Mom passed away, and it started me on a health journey. So since 2005, I live health, I teach health, I diagnose cancers, and then I try every which way how to improve our well-being. In 2013, while doing yoga and being taught by incredible Marisa Harrelson, I was introduced to LifeVantage. The rest is history. Please mute yourself. I have never done network marketing, and this is my absolutely first go. So I'm doing this venture for 6 years. And I'm doing this venture for multiple reasons, but the reason number one is I'm helping people. I'm helping people, I'm changing the world. Success in business comes after. Number one is how many people have I helped? How many people have I reached out? And on the way, I stumbled upon amazing business builders. So far, I've built an amazing team in Canada and partially in the United States of America. So, and before I introduce my guest, let me tell you, LifeVantage fits my credo and my equation. And my equation is health and quality of life equals knowledge and choices. And LifeVantage is right there as a part of this equation. I have met, so today, the products and more than the products will be shared by an amazing woman. And without LifeVantage, I wouldn't have met her. I actually met her at the women's networking event, Powerful Women in Alberta. And I was doing a presentation on oxidative stress and pillars of health with NRF2 activation and NRF1 activation and probiotics. And this lady just rolled in her wheelchair. A very young, very frail woman, and I just knew that we need to connect. So that's how I met Amanda Buklachuk, who is an amazing person. She will tell you her story. So I know her now probably by 2-3 months, and Amanda gave us a chance. And I would like you to listen to Amanda. Amanda, it's all yours. Please unmute yourself and tell us why the products, why LifeVantage, why?
Oh my goodness. You know what, hun? I don't even think, Sveta, that it's been like 2 months, 3 months, maybe 3. Oh my gosh. So thank you all for allowing me this opportunity to, Sveta, for inviting me to share my story with you. And hoping all of you, I hope that by the end of this evening, this opportunity for me to speak, that it's inspired you and ignited you to open your mouth to people that you don't know, to do what Sveta did. She pointed this finger at me and she goes like this. And I was like, it was just like this magic rope that she pulled me in. And it's been absolutely magical. I've been taking the product, honestly, the first day I took it was March 11th. But you guys, do you ever feel like, okay, I want to tell you a story really quick. So have you ever heard of the story about there's this guy sitting on his porch and his friend rolled up and he had this dog beside him and he was howling, like he was crying. This dog was like, wah, wah, wah. And his friend said, dude, something's wrong with your dog. Like, what's going on with him? He goes, oh, he's sitting on a nail. The guy's like, well, why aren't you helping him? He goes, he knows how to get off. He could move. How many people do you know that you've spoke to that maybe that nail just doesn't hurt enough? Because I can promise you, when Sarah did this to me, I was like, I am in. Like, I am all in. She didn't even have to say, like, I read and I listened to things. She sent it to me. I listened. Because the nail, for me, hurt so bad. I want to share a bit of my story with you. My story started in 2004. No, not even 3 years prior to that. My very first serious boyfriend was diagnosed with cancer. And I tried everything that I knew I had to do. I was 20, 21. You know how much I researched, I read, I flew into Toronto. I did all I knew how to do. And after a 3.5-year journey through cancer, stem cell transplant, bone marrow transplant, I said goodbye. And we were married by that time, and I was a widow at 23. I picked up the pieces to my life the best way I knew how, and I knew I wanted to help people, but I didn't know how. I was a rehabilitation practitioner by trade, so I ran group homes for adults with children with high developmental disabilities. I loved what I did. Then I remarried, I had 2 beautiful children, and after the birth of my second child, I was clinically diagnosed back then with multiple sclerosis. This began a whole nother journey that I think, I don't even know how I've gotten to where I am, but I'm resilient and I'm stubborn. And I watched my first husband get chemo after chemo after chemo, and he fought it. He fought it 3 times over, where they killed him and brought him back. And so I knew that if we had a right state of mind, I could do this too. And I had beautiful babies. And then it was after baby number 3 that I started to panic. I started to get scared. I had eaten properly. I had lost over 130 pounds. Okay. I had taken care of myself. I had seen specialists and naturopaths and taken everything I could get my hot little hands on to help my healing. And here I was again. And after baby number 3, I had what they call a relapse. So it was starting to affect my arms the same way it was affecting my legs. And so I was like, okay. So then I said to my neurologist, make this stop. Please, I've tried natural stuff. I've tried everything I knew how to do at that time. I took the medication that they said I injected myself for 1 year and 2 weeks. And where I had gotten myself back up to healing, I took the medication and I dropped right back down. So a year and 2 weeks later, I was climbing up my stairs in my house because my legs weren't working that well. So they felt like, they felt really heavy. And so I couldn't walk upstairs like you would walk upstairs. I crawled. Okay, and I'm too stubborn to live in a bungalow. At that time, I lived in a 2-story because I liked how they looked. So here I am crawling up the stairs to get something for my baby, to get her changed. And I was 3 stairs from the top. And all of a sudden, my body went heavy. I went heavy from the shoulders down. I felt like it was bricks. I couldn't lift my arm. I couldn't move my legs. I couldn't do nothing. Even less restriction than I already had had. And I'm calling for help. I was screaming for help. And Terrace came running, and Terrace is my husband, and he come and he pushed me up the last 3 stairs, and I laid on the landing. And there I was laying on the floor. I couldn't move, and I'm staring up in the face of my husband, who looks just petrified. My 3 children, who are like, "Mommy, are you okay?" I couldn't answer them. I couldn't respond because I didn't know. I didn't know if I was going to be able to lift my arms again and hug them. I didn't know if I was going to get the opportunity to see them the next day. I was scared. Have you guys ever been that scared? Have you ever wanted life so bad you didn't understand why things just kept getting taken away from you? Even when you bounce back, I had lots of things taken from me and I bounced back. I had my driver's license taken away from me and I bounced back. I fought it and I got it back, and I now drive with hand controls. I have had so many things taken and I fought back, and here again, now I'm having to fight for my life again. So I did the only thing I knew how to do at that moment, and as I prayed. And I don't know about you guys, but maybe you don't believe in God. Maybe you believe in energy and universe, or there is a higher power. And I was at that point where I was at rock bottom, and the only place I could look was up. The only place was up. And I said, if you get me through this, if you help me live another day and take another breath tomorrow, I said, I promise there will be no more medication going into this body. There will be no more. And I will promise to take care of myself even better if you provide me the tools. So please just help me. And I did. I woke up the next morning. I was in the hospital. They carried me out and I was there, and I was like, okay, now it's time to change my life. I didn't know how I was going to do that, and it didn't happen right away. But on my way home one day, someone called me and they're like, hey, this person does this natural product and it goes right to your cells and it does this and that. I was like, okay, let's take it. And I started the journey. Anyone offered me something and I did that research and it looked okay and it was going to help me out and it had some success stories, I took it because I wanted to stay alive. And so that's what I did for years and years. I did things to just keep me alive, keep me alive, keep me alive. And then it was one day where I had gotten myself back to, I'm in a wheelchair, I'm moving more. I now had not only, my youngest had gone back to school, so I went back to school. I became a certified life coach because I read something that said your mind creates your reality. And I was like, oh, maybe that's what I need. So then I went back to school for me, but it turned out I'm not the only one. So therefore, I just fell into I started my own business. I now run my own company. And yet I went from now just wanting to stay alive to I want to live. So I pushed myself to go to women's events. I pushed myself to get out of my house. It was the scariest thing ever to get in my car and drive myself to Edmonton. It was crazy. If anyone has your line unmuted, please just mute your lines, okay? Thank you. And so it was scary to do that for the first time by myself, but I did it because I'm resilient and I'm stubborn and I wanted more. And so the day I met Sveta, I pushed myself to go to that event. I made it happen. And when I saw her, that was worth every penny that I paid to go there. Because when I saw her and she said, I can help you live. This can help recharge your body. This can help you heal. There's no promises. There's no guarantees, but here's an opportunity. And I was like, I'm in. I am in. And you know what? I started taking this product on March 11th. I want to cry telling you guys this. Since March 11th, over the last year, so my dad passed away last June. This past year for me has been a very tough year. And I had something taken away from me again. But this time, I had the tools to heal this. And so I got to explain to them first the mental part of it, what I had learned with my coaching. I got to hear myself, right? Our thoughts create things. I had positive people in my back pocket. I knew who to YouTube when I was laying in my hospital bed. I even did coaching calls from my hospital bed. Here they are, I got like IVs in my arm, they're taking my blood, and I'm laughing and giggling on a coaching call. I can't get out of my bed, you guys. Okay, I make it sound like a really like fun moment that I had a party in my hospital bed, but I was stuck in my hospital bed. I couldn't physically get out. I had a catheter in. I couldn't move. My body wasn't functioning properly, but I took control where I could. And I did what I could to make that my own. And I took control back from my thoughts and created my world. And so this past year for me had been very foggy minded. It had been very challenging. And I wasn't doing my business the same way that I was before. And I was forgetting things, or I didn't have the drive to want to do it. And so I tell you this quick because since March 11th, since the day I took that beautiful little yellow pill, I have changed everything so much that I got mess everywhere at the second, to be honest with you, because I got papers everywhere I want to start things again. I have drive, I have passion. I have a talk-up radio show that I do, and I hadn't wanted to do interviews on it in a long time. And I can't wait to interview Sveta because I am super stoked to get that started again, to show my children that there is more to life and that I'm not willing to give up, and neither should anybody else. And so if you ever have a challenge convincing somebody they need to get healthy, or trying to waste your phone call after phone call when they won't call you back, next. Because that nail doesn't hurt enough for them yet. They obviously have more life events that they need to live and experiences they need to have before that hurts enough. Because I've watched enough people die in front of my eyes from cancer, from autoimmune diseases, from whatever, and God willing knows why that my butt's still sitting here in this wheelchair, but I'm in a wheelchair. And I'm so excited because now I can stay up till 9 o'clock at night or 10:30 at night, and I have energy. I can transfer myself from my wheelchair to the toilet and not fall. I can get myself in and out of my shower, and I have to transfer myself 3 times to even get into my shower, and I can do it by myself. Now, these seem like little things to you guys, and it seems like, holy crap, it's amazing. Do you know what it's like to have a shower and to get yourself in the shower all by yourself? To climb into bed all by myself. I can lift myself up again. A month, guys, I started March 11th, and I have already seen that much shift in my world. It is absolutely incredible. And then by helping me, I get to serve and help others. I get to help more clients, and I get to do more courses and teach more webinars, and I get to honored to do that. And so I am so blessed to share my story with you guys this evening. I am so grateful to know that maybe one person on this call was inspired to tell somebody, come here. You never know, but that person who's looking for you, who desires to get off that nail, desires to change their lives, it doesn't take any convincing. You send them a webpage, they're looking it up. You send them this, they're doing it. And I've already told, I don't know how many people already, I was like, oh my gosh, you need to talk to her. Like Sveta, I texted her earlier. I was like, by the way, you're getting 2 more phone calls today. You're getting this person's contacting this person's. I was at physio the other day. And I like out of nowhere just started this conversation with another person who was at physio. And I shared my contact information with her just because it was in our conversation. you know what? It's a no-brainer. And if they don't get it next, you guys, there's lots of people looking for you. They are going to find you, but it comes from believing in yourself to know that you're enough. And when you have no doubt in your mind that this is an incredible opportunity and a credible product and it changes people's lives, then the people that will come to you and be attracted to you will be looking for you and be waiting for you to change their lives. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sveta, for inviting me. And I hope that that was what you were looking for, honey.
I don't know how many dry eyes are on this call right now. So thank you for walking with me, and thank you for flying with me.
Anytime.
So, thank you. Yeah. The password is walking. Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. So guys, you can imagine the inspiration, and that's what LifeVantage basically is all about. That's, you know, that passion, that belief, that health, and that help. Now, today my topic is, let me share the screen, addressing concerns. Oh my goodness, Amanda, you just shared this with 250 people. So addressing concerns and the closure. So as an MD, as a physician, as a first-time network marketer, of course, initially it was very, very uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable to say the word, are you willing to get on the products? What is the cost of the products? However, everything comes from belief, and everything comes from that posture and the experience and honesty. So let me tell you, absolutely, I'm such a proud network marketer, because this network marketing is done with integrity, honesty, pride, belief. So now, and my job as the business builder and the teacher and educator is to educate. So I care for everyone. I'm not disappointed by anyone. I care for all the products, and I care for teaching in what I do, absolutely, with all my heart and my passion. I'm not attached to results. And that's what it is. As soon as I separate myself from the selling point, the points point, the volume point, the commission point, concentrate on the person who you are presenting. Concentrate on the person who you're bringing on board, who you are helping. It's not about me. It's about that person. Everything else comes next. Now, let me, well, before I would like to share the screen and give you a few reference points. So number one, if you're new and stuff, there's an amazing YouTube channel by our incredible leaders, Michelle and Shawn Poe. You can just go on Michelle and Shawn Poe, a YouTube channel, and type Resolving Concerns and listen to an amazing presentation by Shawn. So that's one thing. The second thing is definitely our Bible. Oopsie, sorry, that's not it. This is my homework. So the blueprint. So when you go to blueprint, go to the resolving concerns and the closing. Now, how do we close, guys? I close now. I'm very comfortable of closing. And when you start, again, this is what Shawn Poe taught me and many others, you're not comfortable. So there is a thing that is called third-party validation. And this is a business, you gotta be, it's a business, so you gotta be prepared and you gotta be organized, and you can plan in advance the events and the person you're going to talk to. And so when you're planning to talk to someone, do the presentation or the proper invite, you actually, and you know about that person, so you can plan a third-party validator. Because, for example, if I talk with finance advisor, I'm not going to put Joanne Shear as my third-party validation because she's an incredible nutritionist, amazing. But I would like somebody who is in finances to talk to somebody who is in finances. You know what I'm saying? It's like, quote to quote, if I'm talking to a plumber, I would like my third-party validation to be a plumber. If I'm talking to anyone in healthcare, absolutely, Joanne Shear is my gal because she is absolutely incredible. So you kind of got the idea, and then respect your third-party validation. Plan it, reach out to them and tell them, listen, I have somebody, would you be available at that time, maybe for 10, 15 minutes? And how you do your third-party validation, you don't ask the person you're presenting to, oh, just can I please use a friend of mine? No, you actually very naturally, authentically, you say, hold on, I don't know the answer to this question. Just wait, just wait. And you put that person as your third-party validation. You know, you learn how to use your cell phone, merging calls, and this kind of things. And your advisor, your third-party validation, because you are the messenger, you know the message. The message is going to be your third-party validator. It's going to help you tremendously when you're uncomfortable with a question. Would you like, how would you like to jump on board? Would you like to try the products, or do you have any maybe desire to do the business? So this is your third-party validation, and doesn't matter of your ranking, use your third-party validation again and again and again and again. It pays off. So another thing, when you are done with the presentation, I always carry the enrollment forms, because it gives me the chance to connect with my guests and give them the idea of the not only the product prices, but the prices on the distributor kits. And it gives them the ability to look at it. That's number two. Number three, I'm very honest, and I feel at this stage of my business network marketing business career, I'm very comfortable to ask the question, pop the question. Where are you at? Would you like, what are your thoughts? And zip it and just wait what this person is going to tell you. Don't start rolling and quote to quote vomiting on that person. No, just ask. So are you ready to jump on board? What do you think? And just wait. Just wait.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
If you don't give people the opportunity, if Sveta would have never asked me and given me the opportunity to say yes or no, she just made a decision for me. She didn't even give me a chance. And so if we don't ask the question that Sveta is asking, if you don't ask and put it out there for people, you're taking away their freedom to say yes or no. You're not even giving them the opportunity to say no, thank you, or yeah, like now.
But it's also respect for people and respect to people, and they don't feel pressurized.
Mm-hmm.
So, so these are the few nuggets of resolving concerns. Oh, there's my blueprint. Hang on, let me share it again. And not to share my papers. There you go. So, and this is the blueprint. And the blueprint comes again within tidbits on resolving concerns. What I am forgetting also, always, feel, felt, found. Guys, listen. Listen and listen and listen again. And be you, don't replicate per se, learn from everyone, but be you. You know, don't make my closure, make yours, because it's you. Be authentic, be genuine, be honest. And never afraid to make a mistake. Because when people say no, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to themselves. Please do not take it personally, because what you have done, you actually shared a chance for health, and you shared a chance for freedom. So be proud of yourself. And when people say, no, I'm not ready yet, or something like that, also ask them, is it okay if I follow up with you? Is it okay if I send you the information and papers and stuff? And basically everyone says yes. So 8:01, these are the nuggets. So I will stop recording, but open for a few questions. We'll go a little bit late.